Zoo Buddies, brought to you by Animal House, your local hometown pet store in business for 40 years. 2934 Cypress Street, West Monroe.
Morning, everybody. We're here at the Louisiana Purchase Gardens and Zoo. We're joined by Miss Lisa Taylor, as always. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just want everybody to see this brand new little baby that's behind us right now. It's a little filly, and her name is Lacey, and she is about 17 days old now.
Oh my goodness. So a young lad, a young little lady.
Yes.
Tell me about their species, because it's a different type of zebra than what you may have noticed before.
Yeah, so these guys are called Burchell zebra, also known as plain zebra, because these guys live in Africa and they live on the plains or the grasslands. And you typically will see these type of zebra with wildebeest that do all that migration, because they actually migrate the farthest out of any of the plains animals. Over 300 miles they'll migrate for food and water.
Wow.
Yeah, so you see those big migrations of all the animals in Africa, the wildebeest, the antelope, the zebra, they're part of it.
They're part of it, just in search of food. It's
in search of food, yes.
And so how much do they need a day, you know, water-wise, food-wise? Do they have to be doing this kind of traverse every day?
Yeah, so, all right, pound-wise I can't really tell you, but typically they graze 80% of the day. They sleep standing up, so that they can protect the herd. But grasses in the wild, they would eat grasses, maybe some leaves off of shrubs, things like that. Here at the zoo, we feed them a little grain-based diet and lots of yummy hay for them. And right now we threw out some good grain. That's why we got them up so close, so that everybody could check them out and see all those beautiful stripes, which, right. Jessica, stripes are important.
Like a fingerprint.
Just like a fingerprint that we have as humans, that is how the stripes are on zebra. That's how they tell them all apart. But not to mention, it's great for camouflage. And they're thinking now, they're doing some research on it, also to keep insects off of them. I guess it kind of confuses the insect.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's fascinating. And you know, so she's in here with their parents right now. So how long will she stay in this exhibit? Forever?
Possibly forever, but typically in zoos, we actually use the animals for trading to get different animals. So she possibly will go on the surplus list, because we actually have 3 zebras. We have 1 mare that's up right now, because our older mare zebra, believe it or not, they're very social animals, but she stole this young mare's baby right after birth, and so we had to separate them for a little while to make sure the bonding process is happening and the nursing is happening, and then we're going to let our older mare back out, which is also due. She's due to have a baby in September. Wow. So we're giving her a little bit of time with the stallion to get used to that, and then we're going to let this other mare back out in probably another week.
So yeah, then you'll have another baby zebra in here.
Yeah, and then yes. So the zoo is very reproductive, and we know this because they have happy lives out here and get great diets. You can actually see this baby zebra on the train ride. When you're cruising through their exhibit, we're one of the only zoos where you actually go through an exhibit on a train, which our train is sponsored by our Zoological Society. And just want to make sure that everybody, you know, takes a train ride to see this new baby. Right. We also have Walter in the exhibit, who is our big Watusi, and he is, you know, he was standing right behind Jessica, so she moved on in for just a second.
Just for a second. He looks like he's you know, got the food again, so he's got something else good to do, and I'm not his prime target anymore for entertainment. That's fine with me. Boat ride, also something people can do and see exhibits.
Exactly.
Gibbons, all of that. And
yes.
These good guys, they're just beautiful. Anything else you want to tell us about zebras before we get out of here?
The Burchell zebra, if you really look close to them, the way their stripes are, their stripes actually connect underneath their belly. And that is the stallion who's kind of moving everybody around right now. The stallion runs the herd, or the harem, and it's typically 1 stallion to about 6 mares. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much for telling us about this new baby and the parents.